Hello there you guys, my name is Marko. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Halloween weekend, because here's the thing, this week is going to be my Halloween week, and this is where I'm going to make a bunch of content related to Halloween. On this video, it's going to be, I'm not going to say last minute, but it's going to be, I'm going to show you guys how to make a Squid Game mask. You know those masks? I think they're called, I don't know if they're called crewmates or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Because here's the thing, man. I went to Amazon and I was like looking at it, I'm like, they show this beautiful photo of it. But then after that, once I see people that actually got this mask, it doesn't look like the one in the photo. It has like a lot of photo. It has a lot of holes on it and something like that. So you guys can literally like see through it, and it just doesn't look exactly like the one I see on the show. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna make one, and I feel like I know how to make one because it doesn't seem that difficult. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do that as well, so you can do it at home. Now, this didn't turn out 100% exactly like the one you see, but it looks very similar. And also, there's a lot of problems that happened along the way. But then at the end, I explained how I would have fixed this, so you guys will get it. So there's that. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need is like a mesh type of material. So I ended up going to the Dollar Tree and found this basket. Looks like a small little basket. It kind of mimics the little mesh type of material. So there's that. Just make sure that if you get it, make sure that right here it's not completely flat, because you know it's gonna be more difficult to do. But this one kind of does mimic that. Now you can go to the store and buy something that looks like this. This looks like a mesh material. It looks really great. But this one, to me, it's like a lot more smaller than my face, so this is not gonna work for me. And you probably get these at the thrift store or places like that. I don't know. So there's that. But I got this at the Dollar Tree. It was very cheap, so there's that. So the first thing I'm gonna do with this is, it has this ring around it, and I want to kind of like remove it, kind of like the stand thing. So that's what I'm going to do first. I'm going to figure out how to do that, and then I'm going to show you guys the tools I used to do it. Okay, so I just got done cutting this rim goes around it. Now the tool that I use is actually this tool right here. This is kind of like the blade of, I believe it's a jigsaw or something like that. You know, I get these, and then they're pretty good, because this act like a small little saw, kind of like a big saw, but in a small condensed version. And it's really good when you cut down certain areas. And this, I use it for a lot of things. I don't just use it for just this, or you know, so there's that. Okay, so now what I want to do with this is I want to shape this. I want to turn this thing into an oval shape, because this thing is round. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a heat gun, and I'm also going to, once I use a heat gun, I'm going to be putting tape on it. Make sure that if you use a heat gun, you wear gloves, because this thing gets really hot. Okay, so I got done. It looks like this. It looks pretty much oval. So the thing that I did is that I grabbed a little bit of the heat gun, and I heat it up right here on this side, and also this side a little bit, and then I kind of try to force it to kind of bend on top of it. Bend, and then I put 3 layers of masking tape to hold that into place. And then I got the heat gun again, and I end up heating up these sides, like everything all around here, really good, until yeah, I just did that. And then I just wait until the heat was already like dried, you know, it was like already warm or like already done. And then I removed it, and I got the oval shape. Now, one thing I will say is that when you're doing this, do not lean it against like the table or try to squish it like that. Don't do that, because then what's gonna happen is you're gonna get a flat edge, just like it happened to me right here, and you're not gonna get this curvature side. So there's that. And yeah, that's what I would recommend. So looks pretty damn cool. Yeah. So now what I'm gonna do is, when thinking about doing, at this point probably thinking I should paint it. Now, one of the things I feel like I want to do, I want to add another layer of, like, I want to grab a string and kind of like glue them into here, like that. So it could be like a cross, so it could have more of these type of patterns. But then also what I want to do is that these things on top, I actually want to cut these, and I might use scissors to do that, because I feel like I can. So yeah. Okay, so I just got done cutting this piece out of this. Here's the thing. I would recommend I use scissors, and I don't recommend that. I feel like you should use something else. Because here's the thing, I would have liked to have a little bit of this piece inside here, because now it kind of looks a little bit more of a flimsier thing, and with this it would give it a little more structure. Maybe I'm gonna put foam on it to make it look more structured, but on that there's that. Now also the other thing I did do is that I did grab a wood burner with a really pointy tip, and I did end up burning a whole bunch of holes onto this part just to make it look more like a mesh material. You don't really need to do this because we're going to paint it black. You're not going to see as much, but regardless, it's just something a little extra I wanted to do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to be painting this. We're going to be painting this son of a bitch. We're going to paint this thing a matte black. Now it needs to be matte black and not glossy black, because if it is a glossy black, any form of light is going to shine through this and it's not going to look like the actual mask. So we're going to use matte black. Okay, so now what you just saw right there is me painting the mask. Okay, that's the mask. That's the one we're going to put on our face. Now what we need to do is the mesh of the face. If you guys see the photos, it looks like they have like this big plastic. It kind of looks like a plastic mesh, but that's the way it is. But whatever, right? So what we're going to do is I went to my local Dollar Tree and I picked out this thing. Now there's two versions of this. There's this one where it's like you grab it like this. There's another one that comes with this thing in the middle. I recommend getting this. So there's that, and this is what we're going to use for the mesh, because it actually looks like mesh, and we will paint it and we will put it over our mask so it can create that little mesh thing. Okay, and we're going to glue it in there. We're going to do it now. Do you need scissors to kind of like remove this? No, you don't. All you need is a little bit of hands and strength. Basically what you want to do is on this part right here, you want to flip it onto this part, because this part is actually like the mesh. It's on this side, and on this one kind of looks like it's on the other, so you need to be on this side. So what you want to do, you want to grab your thumb and you want to push down like right here, and once you do that, you're going to see an opening right here. So now what you want to do is you want to go around on a circle and just keep pushing that out from the area where you do it. It requires a little bit of muscle work, but that's how you do it. And make sure you do it on this area and just go all the way around like that. Do not go in the middle, or else you're gonna ruin the entire thing, and you're gonna have a bad day, and you're gonna have to buy another one, which is, it's only $1, but still, drive it to the Dollar Tree all that time. No, just do it correctly the first time, so you don't have to waste all that time. Okay, so now that we have our mask painted and also our mesh painted, we need something else, because if we get this and try to put it right here, it still is really see-through. So one of the things you're gonna need is you're gonna need a piece of black fabric. Now here's the thing, you can get black fabric from your fabric store, from a Goodwill, from anywhere. You can even use a t-shirt. Just make sure that it's black, and make sure that does stretch on both sides. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue this onto this, and the thing we're gonna use is actually a glue gun. Now here's the thing, a glue gun is just so it can get glued into here and it will stay there for a bit, because we need to kind of like, we're gonna start layering it, and then at the end we're gonna go ahead and seal it up with something. So now what you want to do is you want to get something that is round. I have this helmet, so what I want to do, I want to take my mesh piece that I have and I actually want to put it onto here, and then what I'm doing right now is I'm stretching it out. Basically I'm trying to make it so it could be round, so it can fit on our mask. So there's that. And this one you can actually stretch it out and see how like it's kind of curved right now. Just make sure you're careful, because this is kind of like metal spikes. Just make sure the thing that you get that is round, that is like, you can use a basketball, you can use anything like that. Mine does have these little things right here, which makes it not great, but it's gonna work. And you want to go ahead, and we're gonna staple it onto we're gonna staple it here, something like this. Okay, so go ahead, and I'm gonna go ahead and staple this. So now we have something that looks like this. I put staples all the way around. Now there are certain areas, like this area, that I didn't reach, but I could just cut it out, because the only thing important is actually the front part of this, and it looks really, really nice. Okay, so now what you're gonna need, you're gonna need a piece of foam. I cut pieces of foam, just so you guys can see. I got this type of foam. This one is like the thickness is very, like, you know, it's medium size thick. This came with like a paper size sheet thing. It cost me like around $1 at Michael's. I also cut another piece, which this one's gonna be the inside of it, so there's that part. Then I also got this one. This also cost $1 at Michael's. I cut out 2 pieces of it. These are like thin size, so there's that. So yeah, so there's that. Now here's the thing, when it comes to painting this, the proper way of doing this is basically getting a product called Mod Podge. It looks like this. They also sell a jar type of version where you use like paintbrush stuff like this, is spray can type, and you want to put it on your piece of foam, and it's gonna be clear. Just wait until it gets dry, and then you want to apply your paint. The reason why you do that, why you add Mod Podge, is because paint doesn't really bond well to foam, and that's why you want to use Mod Podge, so it could be able to do that. But can you do it without Mod Podge if you don't have any, or if you think it's expensive? Yes, you can, but it's gonna look kind of like a foamy type of material, and you can paint it on it, which is fine. So there's that. So there is that option. You can, if you want to make it look a little bit more better, use Mod Podge. If you don't really care so much, then just don't use it. It's gonna kind of look kind of foamy, kind of not, I don't know. So there's that. Now the paint I use is this one. I got this thing at Walmart. I don't know if they sell them anymore, so there's that. All you need is just a paint that's matte black. That's all you need, just matte black paint. That's it. You don't need nothing else. You can also get like a matte black spray can or something like that. It doesn't matter as long as it's matte black. That's okay. So here's the thing, I kind of messed up a little bit, okay? As I was cutting this part, the part that goes from the middle all the way down, I actually cut a little bit too much because it was crooked. Do not do that. If you were gonna cut, make sure you measure it, make sure you draw a line or something like that, and kind of like cut out a small little skinny piece, and not that just repaint that part because you're not gonna see it. So put tape on it or something, kind of like, you know, think about how you're gonna cut it before you do it. Mine didn't came out so good, and I completely ate it. See, it looks like the opening, it's right here, and it looks really large. So I did remove a little bit of the glue, and I tried to put it together. By the way, glue, it does work, but not 100%. So I recommend using some other stuff. But there's that, and that's what I'm gonna try to do. So there's that. But now it's time to do the last part of this, is to do the whole, like, which design I was gonna do. I was gonna do the triangle, but now I feel like I want to do the square, just because of I might want to redo this mask, just because the bottom piece right here, I don't really like it. It just doesn't look good. But that's why I'm like, you know what, the next one I do, I want that to be the square. I mean, the next one I do, I want that to be the triangle, and this one just to be the square. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let's go do that. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna make the whole design. You can use whatever you want. You can even freestyle if you want, but that's up to you. To me, I'm using a combination of tape, and also I'm going to be using this white posca marker. This costs like around $3 $3.20 I don't know, depending on which place you go to. The reason why I'm using this is because it makes this is a type of paint. It's like an acrylic paint, but it's in a marker format, so it makes painting a lot easier, especially if I'm just going to be doing one smaller surface. You can use whatever. You can just spray can, you can use water, you can use whatever you want in order to create the design. I just chose this because it's a lot easier. So I'm gonna use tape because I want to create the little square shape. Okay, so that's about it. This is how it looks like. It looks like that they came out looking really damn cool. So there's that. The only thing I'm missing is to pull the elastic thing so I could put it on my face, which I'll put I recommend putting a really what's called those elastic they sell at Walmart. Put in right here, just like that. Make sure it's good. And on the top one, just put one that is more looser, and then just glue it in there. I think that's gonna look really nice. But there's that. But now it's time to have the conclusion. What does this mean? It means that I would like to make another one because there's a lot of things that I did with this one that didn't work out. But I really need to finish this video for you guys. Okay, so you guys can, probably make one. So I'm going to explain the things I could have done, the things I could have done better, the things if I make another one, how I would approach this. Okay, so the first thing is the small little mesh that I got that I put in the back. I would highly recommend you guys getting something that's very clear, that doesn't have like a basket mesh thing, just because once I put the fabric onto it, I noticed that it didn't really matter, the mesh. The basket mesh, the first thing that I showed you guys, it didn't really matter. So there's that. Just make sure it's plastic and it's not too thick. So there's that. That's one thing I will say. The second thing is that make sure that right here, like mine, I kind of messed up. So make sure right here you actually cut out small little bit of a line or something like that, or get what's it called? Get tape to kind of align this, and then just draw out with a white marker or something like that the line to see if you're gonna like it, see if it's straight. It's not. There's that. And any white lines that seek out, you can just spray paint it back black. So there's that. Also, the other thing I would have this right here, the staples work beautifully. I love that idea. So there's that. And also I would want to put like a ring around this to make it everything be so the staples, you don't see them. You can spray paint them. There's that. Also, the other thing is that mine has my mesh face material has a little bit of this kind of like a smaller shine. It's because I did not use flat black, even though I recommend you guys do it, because I ran out of flat black and that's what I have at the time. So there's that. And also these pieces of foam, they're great, top notch. Also this one, my square that I did, is not as vibrant because when I was using my posca marker, it was literally just painting this mesh material and not the bottom fabric. So there's that. So I would recommend using paint brushes or something like that. So there's that. And if you were gonna do the round one, you will need to have circle or figure out something, I don't know. So there's that. But other than that, everything about it looks really cool. I like the idea of using this mesh because it's really great. And just to guys let you know, these are mistakes that I've done. So there's that. Just make sure that this back is a clear plastic so you can actually see better, because I noticed that with this one I cannot really see. And also with this one I can't really I could see but not as much, it's kind of lines bothering my vision. But if it would have been clear, I probably will see a little bit more. And then also it doesn't really matter because I have the black fabric. Just make sure you stretch that out so you guys can be able to see. And also this mesh, and it really works. By the way, I feel like a million times doing it like this is way easier. I mean, not easier, but it just looks better than the ones you get at Amazon. Because the one you get at Amazon has a lot of holes on it. This one actually has like a metal mesh to it that looks very similar to the one you see in the show. That's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys liked it and enjoy me how it looks like, me having this thing on my face so you guys can see how it looks like. And yeah, see you guys later. Bye.